Hi, good afternoon, everyone. So today I'm going to speak about what sports has had impact on me. What generally as parents, as individuals, we believe is an extracurricular activity, how it has become a core, how it is a core of my development today, what I am. So while I will run you through my experiences, but don't take it as a biography or autobiography session. I'm only trying to derive what I have learned and how sports has saved me from what I could have become and what I wanted to become. So I'll take you through a few of the things I have done, and then I'll just try to derive my experiences out of it. And it is very important for all the parents who are sitting here to realize that sports is not extracurricular activity. It is the core foundation of a child to develop into a complete individual, a complete 360-degree individual. So when I tell you this, I just want to emphasize that how a common person can actually do extraordinary things. It's only the stunted growth which we build into kids that they evolve into something that they can't believe, they can't dream, or they can't think of. So I'll just start few things. My journey started from sports when I was 8-year-old. It just happened through my schooling. I think schooling had a very important role to play in my development. At the age of 8, I did a swimming of 11 kilometers. Then I did my first cycling event, which is 1400 kilometer cycling. You run across, cycle around Paris. Then a lot of ultraman, hardcore endurance, extreme events. If you would have seen me 11 or 12 years earlier, nobody would have believed that somebody as ordinary as me could have done something as extraordinary as these things. And the whole speech is going to be about that today. I think most importantly is to dream. You know, the biggest problem is we are grown up not to dream beyond what we can imagine. It is the inability to dream what stops us from becoming what we could have become. For me, it started, even I'm also a very basic, very common human being, the way everyone is. So I also didn't have ability to dream. It was purely on a banter I had with few of my friends. They said that, no, you can't do this. And I got into something. And then realized that it was my dream. Getting inspired and having a dream are two different things. You get inspired to become somebody, but you don't make an effort towards that. But if you have a dream which actually makes you wake up 4 o'clock, irrespective of what time you sleep, then I think you are at the right, you have got your dream. If something makes you so hyper that you are not able to sleep, then I think you can say that you got the right dream. So for me, it was, I didn't have a dream. It was just the company I had. I got a dream. I think most of us as parents have to help our kids to think beyond, because we end up developing our kids into there's a term called bonsai manager. We grow our kids in a form where they can't think beyond, they can't dream beyond, and they are treated to be conservative and go by an approach, which is conservative approach, consistent approach. You have to become a doctor, you have to become an engineer, or you have to become this. You've never exposed them to different things in life before realizing that they could become a Sachin Tendulkar or P.T. Usha or Lata Mangeshkar, whatever, because you never exposed them to these things. So as a parent, I have always believed that it is my obligation towards my kids to expose them to anything and everything in life, and then it is for them to decide what to do. So for me, my dream started purely by accident, and I got into it, and now it is part of my life. It is not a sports, it is part of my life. Most important thing, once you have a dream, those dreams are always what you aspire to be are so big. So whenever I do an event, it's a 100-kilometer run or a 200-kilometer cycling or a 1,000-kilometer of cycling or 10-kilometer swimming, I never start from the start. Always believe what I have learned from sports is it starts from the finish line. Start visualizing the finish line. I have always kept this, that whenever I take an event, I participate in an event, I'm never prepared at that time when I register. But I always visualize that when I'm going to finish, how is it going to look, how my parents will be there, my wife would be standing, my kids would be standing. And suddenly, I am actually back calculating then what to do. It's very important to have a dream and then start planning about it. And you start from the finish line. It starts from the finish line, not from the start line. And then you back calculate what it takes. The biggest problem with dreaming is that 99% of people do not have ability to dream big and beyond what they have been groomed to. And people who have that ability, 1% of the people who have ability to dream, they don't make an effort to actually realize that dream. So the left part of 0.1%, 0.1% are the people who become Elon Musk of the world or anybody famous people who have a dream and have made an effort. There's a lot of effort which goes behind a dream. All these photographs, if you see, this is the finish line, which this was an event where you do a 400-kilometer cycling, 10 kilometers of run, and 82 kilometers of running, back to back. And it was, when I registered for this event, I can promise you that it was next to impossible. If anybody would have seen, or my own self, if I would have talked or spoken about, I would have never believed I could have done. But where it started, my journey of doing an Ultraman, from common man to an Ultraman, it began from this photograph. In my mind, I had visualized this photograph. In my mind, I had dress rehearsed for this photograph for days and days and days. Before this event, I ran around 800 kilometers, I did cycling of around 3,000 kilometers, and I did swimming of around 150 kilometers. That was the training which went into it. But that is not where I started from. I started from this photograph. I started visualizing this end goal and then back calculated what it takes to deliver that point. There are no shortcuts to your dreams. If you have crossed that hurdle of dreaming, then comes the hard work. As I said, 99% are not able to dream. Out of that 1%, 99% do not make an effort. I want to become like this, I want to do this, I want to do that, and it ends there. It takes a lot of hard work. It takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of aspiration daily, a lot of discipline to do that. And that is what. So if you see this used to be my chart every day. This was the below chart which my daughter used to make, and I involved her into this whole learning, this process of my daughters and this. And they used to actually manage my calendar that this day I have to do this training, this day. This is the effort which went behind. This is the planning which went behind all that, what I achieved in my life. People generally do this mistake of dreaming big and not making an effort. That's the cardinal sin we do. We want to become X, Y, Z. We aspire to because it is something which excites you, which you like to be, but then you don't make an effort. And that is the biggest mistake we do. There's no shortcut. There is no shortcut to what you want to achieve. And it goes a lot of planning. Plan it and then execute it in a military fashion. There are no shortcuts. Have the right company. What I could achieve in my life was not alone I could do. It was surely with the kind of people I was around. I would every day learn something or the new. I was very clear on what I wanted to achieve in my life. But what helped me most was to be on that track was the kind of people I was engaging with. The kind of people I was every day around with. They were only directly or indirectly talking about my dream. So if we would go into the party, there would be like, morning I have to get up and soak, 5 o'clock, I have my run. Somebody would say I'm doing this kind of nutrition. Somebody would say I'm using this kind of technology. And everyone was contributing to my dream, what I wanted to achieve. So it's very important kind of people you stay around. If they are not helping you in the direction of what you are dreaming to achieve, I think you need to think once again. Use technology, I think we all think, for me, it has been a big blessing what I wanted to achieve in my life. Because today technology has completely transformed. Everyone is now equal. You can do anything and everything in the world provided you use technology. So like for me, when I was training for my sports event, having the same condition, when I was doing English channel preparation, you could not get 8 degree, 7 degree kind of a water to swim in summers. So how do you create those things? There are facilities for that. If I had to cycle, which you have to actually climb mountains, sitting in Delhi, I couldn't do that. But the technology could do that. I had a trainer on which on my computer I could log in the route. I could, through GPS, I could download the route. I would actually sitting in my room, I would be cycling in London or Australia or America, whichever route I wanted to do that. That is what technology did to me. I could chat with my coach who was sitting across in Australia daily, asking him what is the diet to take, what is the plan to follow. That is how technology helped me, which was not earlier there. So leverage technology to leverage your dreams. What you want to achieve in your life, use technology. Without that, I think your growth, your development will be incomplete. Today, world is completely changing. Anything and everything is getting impacted by technology. So it is not something, if you are working professionally in an IT company or technology company, you're supposed to know about technology. It is now as basic as having food or eating or drinking or breathing. Technology, that is the kind of impact technology has. Build empathy, I think this is very important thing what as an athlete I learned. Being a professional, I was always groomed to be that if somebody delivers, he's a good person. If somebody does not deliver, he's a bad person. If somebody scores 98%, he's a good student. If somebody does not score 90%, is not a good student. Sports taught me that it is not about the result. It is about the effort. Even a person who would have done 50% of percentage, he might have studied more than a 98% score guy, but he or she would not get rewarded in the same fashion or recognized. Sports taught me that it is not about who crosses the finish line. It is who stands in the morning at the start line. As a parent, I think it is very important to appreciate that for our kids. Start celebrating small success. If you want your kids to be in IIT, start celebrating their small success from now. We all wait for that big success to happen and to celebrate that, and we forget that journey. So it's very important to celebrate those small successes and build empathy. I think it's very important. For a person like me, it's very difficult to have empathy, but sports has actually taught me. So it's natural. When you're running 100 kilometers, somebody is coming back, you'll naturally come and start clapping and saying, come on, buddy, it's just another 500 meters, another 2 kilometers, way to go. But I would never do that in my office. I would never do that in my office, somebody sitting on the table and I will pat on his back, very good work, buddy, you've come to office today, very good job. I would never do that. But sports taught me that you don't have to have a reason to celebrate somebody's effort. As I said, most important is the journey. It's not the destination. I don't remember about all my events, how I did, what I did, but I remember each and every point about how did I prepare? How would I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning? How would I go for the training and then get ready for my office, start working, and then again come back, sleep at 12 o'clock and get up at 4 o'clock? The learning is in the journey, not in the event. Whatever you want to achieve, start enjoying the journey. Then you will be able to sustain it. Most of the time, we always say, Abhi main kar leta hu, when I clear the test, when I do X, Y, Z, I'm going to celebrate. It will be too late by then. Start celebrating every step. Start enjoying the journey. Value the journey. I think these are few of the photographs which has been my journey, and this is purely depiction of what a common person, anybody sitting in this room can do. Only thing what stops you from is your mind. Start believing, start having that dream and start believing in that. Start working on that dream, start doing research on that dream, and eventually you will realize things will start falling. So these are few of the things which I did, which have gone a long way in making what I have become today. This is the English Channel swim. Imagine this water and you're in 6-degree water there. And finally, I just want to tell you what I learned. It's all there in you. All it takes is all you've got. You don't need anybody else to achieve your dreams. Yes, they will complement those dreams, but what all you need, what resources you need, it is all within you. So look into, challenge yourself, and look up to your own self for what you want to achieve. Thank you very much. Thanks.